Hello and welcome. My name is Cam with Lotus Within Yoga, and here we are, day 23 of my 30 Days of Yoga Challenge. Today's class is another yin class, one of my favorite types of classes, if you haven't been able to tell by now. So, with all of my yin classes, I really recommend getting as many props as you can to help you feel supported in each pose. So, whether that's blankets, towels, blocks, bolsters, you're looking for pillows, all the different things that you need to help bring the floor closer to you or to help assist you in any sort of pose, I really recommend bringing. Other than that, let's take a moment to grab our stuff and we'll get started. All right, so let's begin in banana pose. So coming to lay down on your back, come to lay on your spine. First, starting with a bend in your knees, we're going to just gently press into our feet to raise the hips up and shift them over to the right side of our mat. After we've done this, we're going to start to walk our feet down the mat and over to the bottom left-hand corner. So maybe from here, we just have our feet down at that ankle, or we can always try how it is with the right ankle crossed over the left. If this feels too extreme, you can always walk those feet back a little bit more to the center or just unhook the feet, whatever is best for you. So from here, we're going to start to walk our shoulders over to the left side of the mat. We're going to make this lovely C shape with our body, really extending through the right side and constricting through the left. Now your arms can either come at either side of you, or maybe if you want to get into the shoulders and you feel that you have the space to do so, you can go ahead and take them above, holding on to opposite wrist. And taking a few moments here to just arrive on your mat. Taking that to-do list, setting it aside as you just tap into the sensations that are happening here in your body. Today's affirmation will be working with the affirmation of my perspective is unique and important. My perspective is unique and important. Just taking a few moments to notice if any tension is starting to creep back into the body, whether that's through tension in the face, your brows, your jaw, your breath, the inner dialogue. Just taking 3 more big deep breaths right here. Excellent. If you had your feet hooked, you can gently unhook them and start to walk your hips back through center. Start to bend back through the knees. Take the feet nice and wide as the mat, and allow the knees to drop in towards each other. And palms just come to your belly, and just take a moment here to realize or just be a noticer. A noticer? That's not a word. Just be a witness. That's what we're going for here. Be a witness of the sensation. No judgment. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and do that on the other side. So walk those feet back to about hip width distance apart. And you're going to pick your hips up, shift them over to the left side of your mat. And now walking those feet down to the bottom right corner, maybe hooking that left ankle over top. And start to walk the shoulders and the head over to the right corner of the mat. Again, reminding ourselves to keep our shoulders and our hips grounded towards the mat. They're still shining up towards the sky. We're not curling over onto our right hip. And find the arm variation that feels good for your body. And sending each individual breath to find length through the left side of your body. Absolutely normal for one side to feel completely different than the other. And breathe. Only going as far into the pose while able to still connect to that deep breath. Holding your breath won't help you in any of these poses. My perspective is unique and important. Take another 3 full deep breaths right here. Excellent. If that ankle is hooked, you can gently unhook and slowly shift the body back through neutral. Bend back through those knees. Feet as wide as the mat. Knees drop in towards each other. Just taking a moment. There's no need to rush into any pose. Excellent. Okay, so let's walk our feet back to about hip width distance apart. And we're going to start to bring that right knee in towards ourselves. And either from here, I'm coming into happy baby. So if you already know how to do happy baby, go all in into it. But with our right knee, we're really going to allow it to come open over to the side as if you were to take your right knee and tuck it underneath your armpit here. And maybe this right here is all the feels that you need. Or if you want to try and get into it a little bit deeper, you can go ahead and take the sole of that right foot and shine it up to the sky. And from here, you can either take your 2 piece fingers, hold onto your big toe, or you can just go ahead and hold onto the outer edge of that right foot. So with my hand, I'm going to encourage bringing my foot down closer to the ground, as well as I'm going to use my elbow to guide that knee out to the right. So it's kind of a tension of 2 different opposites here. Now, with your left leg, you can just leave it standing as it is. You can always flop it over a little bit to the left to help keep with a little bit of balance. Or if you want to try and see how it feels to get into the hip flexor on the left side, you can straighten through that leg. Taking a few moments to find the posture that suits your body and where you are here today. And we're not forcing ourselves into any shape. There is a little bit of tension coming and pulling in with the hand, but I'm definitely not forcing anything. I just want to have a little bit of extra tension into that hip joint. When we're in yin, let's remind ourselves that our muscles are to be relaxed so that we can get into the joints themselves. Taking a few big, deep breaths, trying to keep the spine down and curled, or down straight on the mat. We don't want to be curling ourselves up in through the shoulders or up through the tailbone, really as if you were standing against the wall. nice and tall through the spine. Let's take 3 more big deep breaths in this half happy baby. Okay, and if you have that left leg extended, you can start to bend in through the knee. And we're going to take our right ankle and cross it over top of the left thigh, coming into a reclined pigeon pose or reclined swan. So you can go ahead and just guide that right knee down towards the right corner of the mat. And maybe this right here is everything for you. Fantastic. Love this for you. And if you want to explore it even further, you can grab one of your props, whether it's a block or cushion or whatever. See how that feels to put the sole of your left foot on if you were to start guiding the leg in. So if you want to explore it even further, you can start to bring that left foot in. But as soon as you start curling that tailbone up or your shoulders to meet that leg, go back down, put that foot back down on whatever prop. We don't want to be curling through the spine. We want a nice, tall, long spine that's fully against the mat and then curling in just through the leg. Tailbone stays down. And breathe. Full inhales, full exhales. My perspective is unique and important. Scanning the body, noticing if any tension is starting to creep in. And gently coming back to the notice of your breath. The wonderful thing about a regular yin practice is that you will become more in tune with your body and the little signals that it is telling you. Your body is regularly telling you signals. It's whether you have the ability to check in with yourself and listen. Let's take 3 more breaths in this reclined swan. Excellent. So from here, let's start to bring our left foot, sole of the foot back down to the ground, moving any props out of the way. And what we're going to do is we're going to unhook that foot and we're going to shift our hips back over to the right and allow the knees to drop over to the left into this nice reclined twist. So both shoulder blades down onto the mat, but we're going to stack our right hip over top of our left. Arms can come to a T or a cactus. I like to flip my left hand and actually just use it as a little rest on top of the knee. But if that puts too much tension on your back, please skip that. And maybe your gaze drops over the right shoulder. Again, if that is any tension for your neck, look back up to the ceiling. Connect back in with that breath. Full inhales, full exhale. And we'll take 3 more big, full, expansive breaths here. And slowly, one knee at a time, coming back up through center. And just taking a moment here, whether that's hugging your knees in towards your chest or just finding a moment of stillness. And let's repeat that whole situation on the other side. Sure, we're feeling a little lopsided in those hips. So we're going to go back into that half happy baby again. So we're going to hug our left knee this time in towards our chest, but this time we're going to bring it out to the left side, bypassing our ribs as if we were to tuck that left knee underneath our left armpit. And maybe right here is exactly what feels wonderful in your body. Or you can explore doing the full pose with the foot shining up towards the sky. Maybe your two piece fingers hook around your big toe, or I like to fully grab the outside of my left foot, and then I will gently guide that and bring a little bit of pressure, just guiding my foot back closer, pulling my knee closer to the ground. And then the elbow kind of helps guide that left knee out to the side as well here too. So finding whatever shape of this pose works for you. Maybe your right leg just kind of flops open to the side as like a little kickstand, or I don't have a prop down here, but we'll just move that off to the side. Or you can try and straighten it through the right leg. So just finding the version of the pose that works best for you. And then finding that moment of stillness. Full inhales and exhales. My perspective is unique and important. Just checking in that we're not curling up through the tailbone or into the shoulders. Shoulders are still rolled back and down the body, not creeping up towards your ears. Notice if you're straining anywhere. Let's have 3 more big, full, deep breaths right here. Okay, start to bend in through the right, or yeah, the right leg, sorry, if you had that extended. And we're going to guide that left ankle to cross over top of our right thigh. Taking our hand, we can guide that left knee down closer to the bottom corner. And maybe right here is exactly where you're feeling this stretch. Or maybe we can play with putting some blocks or props underneath that right foot, slowly guiding that leg back in towards you. And only as long as you can keep those shoulders and tailbone down, maybe bringing that right thigh in behind are in towards you and holding on to the back of the thigh or the shin. And just finding the version of the pose for your body. Everybody's hips are built completely different. Everybody's bones are different. So the poses are going to look different in everybody's body. So try not to compare yourself to the pictures that you see of people, especially those that, you see on Instagram that are bending up in little tiny pretzels or moving in all these different ways that you think your body should move. Just some of our bodies are not supposed to make certain shapes, and that is okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about accepting your body. Just kidding. I'm just scanning, noticing if any tension is starting to creep in, gently guiding it away with every breath. Let's do 3 more rounds of breath in this pose. Okay, if your foot is off the ground, you can gently bring it back onto the earth, moving whatever props you have off to the side, uncrossing those feet. We're going to pick up our hips, shift it over to the left side of the mat, allow the knees to drop over to the right. I guess I should have said it on the other side, but you can always put a block or a blanket or something if it's too much for your knees to come all the way down to the side. You can put something here to rest on. Always feels nice to have a block or a pillow in between the legs as well. Always those options. Shoulders stay back and down on the mat, nice and rooted as the left hip stacks on top of the right. Whatever arm variation works for you. Sorry, I'm always so worried that the mic is right up against my face and it's making all sorts of noise. I hope it's not. Maybe if the neck allows, you can take the gaze over the left shoulder and settling into your version of this recline twist. Let's take 3 more full deep breaths here. Very slowly, one knee at a time, coming back up through center. Maybe hugging your knees into your chest or taking your feet wide. Allow the knees to drop in towards each other. Just taking a moment. All right, so from here you're going to either need a block or a cushion, a pillow, bolster, just something to elevate your hips. I'll pick my bolster, and what we're going to do is we're going to raise our hips just enough so that we can place whatever prop that is that we're using underneath our sacrum. Now, our sacrum is the flat part in between our hips. So my bolster is not underneath my bum, it is not underneath my low back, it is underneath my hips supporting me. So this right here might feel absolutely wonderful for you. You're going to start to feel a little bit of a stretch in through the hip flexors, or you can start to see how it feels to walk your legs and your feet down the mat. Maybe your arms come to either side, or maybe they come and stretch above you. And so this nice little supported bridge, slight inversion. Full inhales, full exhales. My perspective is unique and important. Let's take 3 more full expansive breaths. If you have your legs extended, you can slowly start to walk them in, feet flat on the earth. I'm just staying here for just a moment. Sometimes it can be quite sensational in the body when we come out of these little back bend heart openers. So just giving yourself the time and space to feel all the feel. And when you're ready, you can press into your heels, raising the hips just enough so you can move that prop off to the side. And we'll get ready for our last and final posture of Shavasana. Go ahead, take up some space. Feet can flop open to the side, palms shine up to the sky, shoulders tucked back and under. As you allow the body to feel heavy, as if you were to melt into your mat. And surrender into the stillness. Gently bringing your awareness back to your surroundings, wiggling through the fingers and your toes, rolling out your wrists and your ankles, taking your hands overhead for a big good morning stretch. Pull your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a hug and a squeeze. Gently rolling to one side as you press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for joining me here. 23 days we've done. We're in the home stretch. I hope you're enjoying all the benefits and finding some more space and ease in your body as we continue on. Please share this with a friend, comment, subscribe, all the wonderful things, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Namaste.